You did something interesting at this show. You invited your girl to this show.
I did.
I have yet. I think that's
still
weird for
haven't
me.
met her. He invited her
How did
there
you
and
not?
hid her
You
away.
definitely met her.
Did you introduce me to her?
No, but I was.
Yeah, no.
He introduced me. Well, no, I came up there.
Yeah, probably.
Lindsay asked me about that. She's like, "Did you meet Alex's girl?" I was like, "No, I didn't know she was here."
Yeah, I think that's always a tricky thing, man. Like having your girl come to a show. I mean, well, y'all are like together.
Yeah.
I don't invite girls to my show like that because I'm like, yo, I'm busy. Like I'm preoccupied. I don't want to care about what you
can't be catering to.
Yeah,
her. Yes,
I don't want to care about what you're gonna think of this or that.
Right.
Like
I don't want to have to hold back.
Yeah, exactly. And like I literally like my biggest clip right now. I posted that clip about me cheating on someone. Bro, I'm so mad that shit popped, bro. It has like 440 likes and 7,000 views, and every girl I talk to is like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." But like shit like that, like I don't know. But
yeah, my chick. And it's funny because a lot of our
you bring her to the show.
What's that?
Was she at the show?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll come to shows.
Yeah.
And but my friends and stuff, they'll ask me like, "Is she going to Voussoir? Or is she going?" I'm like, "No, she's not going to listen to me bullshit crowd work on."
Okay, so you don't
mics.
bring her to the workout shows,
No,
but like
I'm not gonna-
showcases and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to go work out material.
Okay.
She just has things to do. She's busy, and so
Okay,
am I.
cool.
Like, and the other thing too is when she does come to a show, she understands like I'm working.
Yeah.
Like if I came to your job, I wouldn't just be like, "Hey," like it'd be very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And she understands that like even though it's jokes and it's fun, like I have a lot on my shoulders, especially like an ink factory or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or regardless, any show, I'm going to be pacing around. I'm in my head. I'm thinking about my material, setting up a camera.
Have either of you ever bombed in front of your girls?
No.
She's already been to like one or two shows, so no.
Yeah,
she's
only.
I've bombed in front of a girl who I brought out to a show before, and that I'm just like, no, I'm never.
Not this girl. I bombed in front of girls. I was like,
that counts.
I was crushing on.
Counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, thankfully, every time I've had
how was it? What was the experience talking to them after that?
Oh, so embarrassing.
All right, yeah, let's go. This is where we at. Let's go.
I still remember it was at Wine Bar. It was like the first year or two I started comedy, and I had like a good month where I was like, dude, I'm figuring this comedy thing out.
Yeah.
Like I'm on top of this. And then I was supposed to close out the show, and then they moved me to the front as the first comic because like the guys who used to run the show were in town, so they like just randomly and they're like, well, we're closing it now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, now I'm fucked.
Yeah. Well,
Like this isn't gonna be good. And I just ate she was right in the front too, and I just
dude, that's terrible. She was front row.
I was sweating as bad as I am right now in this room.
Did you bring her? Did y'all drive together to the show?
No, she lived
right over it.
I would have just left.
Yeah, when you talked about like hanging out after, you do that after a good show. Those shows like you want to leave, but she's still there, and you're like,
You stayed for her?
Yeah,
You're a better man than me.
I stayed. Yeah.
Scott, what about you? Have you ever bombed in front of someone that you liked?
No, I mean, not that I haven't bombed. I've had my share of bombs, that's for sure. But no, because I usually, thankfully, the shows that she's come out to have been good shows. I've done well. In fact, the first show that I ever put together was I was opening up for. I put the show together because some comics were in town from LA. I had been on stage 5 times in the history of my ever.
Yeah.
And these guys were coming. They were coming to town, and we were shooting a bunch of sketch comedy and stuff. And I was just the filmer.
Dope.
And we were on the call, and I was like, "So you guys are all comedians?" And they were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Y'all want to put a show together?" And they're all in LA. This is during the pandemic where everything was shut down. And they're like, "Yeah, we haven't done stand up in like a year. Put one together." I was like, "All right." So I booked this show. I was like, "Oh, well, I guess who's opening?" Your boy's doing 10 off the top.
Yeah.
And thankfully we did. It was kind of like an Ink Factory setup where we did 2 shows back to back, and they were both sold out. And so I did two sets, and it was my 6th time ever holding a microphone telling jokes. And it went pretty well. I mean, I look back at the footage now, and it's definitely not as strong as what I do now, obviously. But even that wasn't a bomb. It was good stuff. So thankfully, I've never bombed in front of her. But, I mean, whenever I have a bad one, I'll call her on the way home and be like, "I don't even know what I'm doing. This is trash. Like, I'm wasting everybody's time. We could have been having a date night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Every bomb makes you reevaluate.
Oh, dude, me and Mikey B were in Orlando. And
Shout out to Mikey.
Yeah, shout out to Mikey.
He lives like right next door. He should be here right now.
Is he lawn mowing?
Mikey, is that Mikey? That's a dad move right there. That is a Mikey B move. No, we were down in Orlando. We were doing some mics, and we did this one, and it was so terrible that the crowd was so bad. By the time I got on there was 2 people and one chick, and I was like, I'm not even going to do material in front of these people. It's not even worth it. So I just kind of started poking fun at the room or whatever. And then I started to riff off this one chick, and it turns out she was the last comedian. And she was like, she wasn't even having it. She was like, I was like, hey, how about you? What's your name? It's got to be like Jessica or something. She's like, why do you care about my name? It was like, yo. And I was just like, well, that's my time.
Could you imagine if crowd work was like, yo, so what do you do for work? Why do you care about my job?
That's exactly
get the fuck out of the club, dude.
That's what this chick did to me. And I looked at Mikey V. I was like, let's just fuck that. Thanks, everybody. That's my time. I was like, wait, this is bullshit.
That's funny as fuck. That's actually hilarious. I'm going to Orlando at the end of this month doing Milk District.
Oh, cool.
I've never done
Joe's deal.
Yeah. He got me through. I've never done shows in Orlando before. I don't know what it's going to be like at all.
Yeah.
What's the crowd like?
So I did a few mics down there. There was one that was really cool. It was the original improv room, and it's been changed now, so it's not an improv anymore. What's that called? Do you know?
Is it the Bluefish or whatever?
No, that's the room that's outside of the improv.
Okay.
I did that one too, though. That was crazy. We were down